Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Semret Russom. Today is Motivational and Wellness Monday. I want to personally say welcome to our new viewer. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. For my subscriber, welcome back you guys. Super excited to have you back. So let's get into the program. All right, you guys, so today we are going to talk about when to let it go, meaning like saying goodbye, letting it go, not hoping, not wanting the outcome to fit your whatever desire is about relationship, meaning like not any relationship, but when you're just dating someone, getting to know someone, or you're sometimes being seeing someone for a while and you think he is the one or she is the one. This goes both ways, by the way. It's not just girls and girls do to each other, men do to us, whatever. Anyways, you get the idea. So you start to go out with someone that you like and you're like vibing, you love this person, not love this person, but you're like, oh, I can see myself being with this girl or this guy, and you start to exchange phone numbers, you start to talk on the phone, maybe go out on a date, you start to feel this butterfly, and you're like, oh my God, I think we're gonna be a couple, and basically you start to fantasize this person being in your life for a longer relationship, healthy, whatever. But in the back of your head that there is something that you can't put your finger what it is, and you feel like, this person might have another person on the side. This person is not really, you have those thoughts, right? Those thoughts are your life savior. You need to always like that feeling. There's certain feelings that, what is it called? Your intuition. Yes, that's the word, sister. Your intuition does not lie to you. You know how sometimes you just like, no, it's just me. That person wouldn't do that. No, it's just me. I'm just thinking this about this person. No. I say 9 out of 10, whenever I feel a certain way about certain people in the past, it's always been the truth. It's always been, yes, I'll give you an example without telling a name. So this was actually before I met my husband. So I met someone, and this person was like really, really, really amazing, very nice. I'm like, wow, this guy is really cool. Very attentive, very caring. He come off as like a family guy. I was like, wow, okay, this is amazing. I wasn't even looking for you, but okay, maybe he's the one. Girls would be like, maybe he could be my husband. Yeah, that was me. Like, maybe he's my husband, right? But I start, not right away. Actually it was right away, because I remember telling my mom asked me, so how's it going with so-and-so? I don't know. And she knows when I say I don't know. She was like, well, you're not a fan of him. I was like, no, I just don't know what it is, but I can't figure it out. Like, that's what I keep saying. Like, I always say that to her. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling, I don't know. She was like, okay, well, when you don't want to be there, you just gotta go. So I start to say to myself, it's just me. I'm like, it must be me, because he's so nice. He's like, we're going out to eat, he's very attentive, he texts me, he's calling me, he's like checking up on me, all the things that you would think a new relationship does. And this person was doing everything, and I was like, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, there was something in there, right? It was just something that was bugging me, and I was like, oh my God, what is it? And I couldn't find anything in this guy. Why am I feeling this way? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's like my old wounded relationship is coming back to hunt me or something. I don't know, right? But this was a really brief dating. When I say brief, really, really short. Like, it wasn't like forever, but I learned so much in that short period. And I remember we went to eat I had to do a phone call, which he knew, like it was like an interview that I had to do for myself. And I said, hey, this is gonna be at this time. What do you think for breakfast? We're going at 11. I have an hour window. He's like, oh, no problem. Go ahead and handle that. And it's like, he was there with me, and I'm on the interview. I finished, wrapped that up. And I saw this, like, this feeling that I've been feeling, this anger that he showed me. Like, it was like quick, and he went from loving, kind, and blah 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 to like switch, like went like so mad, so angry. I didn't even know like what he was angry about. Honestly, I was so confused because I was like, I was just on the phone and you're like right here. And it went from, I just finished my interview and I wanted to share with you what happened. It was really cool, it was really fun, to like now I have to feel like, what the effing, and maybe I need to just go home right now because I don't know what the hell you're gonna do to me right now, right? This guy was like a complete different person. I have never felt that kind of energy in my entire life, ever. It was so scary, like not in a good way. It was scary to where I need to run before he hurts me. I remember he had to take me home because I didn't drive my car, but he like had to drop me off to my parents' house. It was silent for 25 minutes driving, like would not say a word to me. He was like pissed off, like, and I'm like, okay, oh, you have like some major issue, right? If you can flip and you can't even communicate with me about what happened and how we can talk about it, like real life issue is gonna happen, how are you gonna handle it? Like, how is this person, like that 25 minutes, I had already made up my mind. I was like, oh, I'm out. This will be the last time you see my face after he dropped me off, right? He dropped me off and my mom came outside to greet us and she was like, hey, how are you doing? So on, so on. And he was trying to fake it to be like nice to mom. He's like, oh, I'm doing great, Mrs. Bo, how are you doing? I walked inside and he like came in and I remember dropping off my bag. And I turned around and he left. Didn't say goodbye, anything, he left. And I went like this. I was like, oh my God, this is what happened. I told my mom and I was like, this is the last time he's ever gonna see my face. And I remember my mom was like, yep, you should not have to be, because listen, my intuition was right. The whole time, I just knew something was not right, right? But I wanted to like see other than what my intuition was feeling. I want him to fit into that, this guy that I envisioned him to be, right? And for me, it was so important to recognize his anger, because that shows me that if he could be so angry on whatever level, like just me having an interview, I don't even know if it, my mom was like, was he jealous? I was like, why would he be jealous? He was right there next to me. Like there's nothing that I did to make him jealous. It was interview, a fun interview, not a job interview, guys. I was doing like, they asked me about my life, whatever, like that kind of interview. But I think the key for me recognizing was that there was something I felt like, the anger was not like somebody like, oh, you know, it was too long or whatever. It was anger of like a violent anger. Like, I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, which I hope that nobody had ever experienced that, but if you do, you better run. Anyway, so I was like, okay, this is the last time he's gonna see me. And I made that decision. I didn't care about like all the lovey-dovey, all the stuff that I thought he was, you know? But this guy was hiding something that I couldn't figure out, but it came off. Like he couldn't hide it, right? And so I think sometimes we get into a relationship wanting to see good in people and wanting them to fit in our vision, and that we forget to recognize the truth, right? It could be life-saving, really, because I think if I didn't have the confidence to recognize and the faith in myself to know that I don't need this kind of man, I'd rather be by myself, because a lot of women stay in relationship wanting to have so-called like relationship, even men, right? But at what cost are you staying in? At what cost? If somebody is angry, I mean, God forgive if I had just stayed with him, and I don't even know what could be. But the crazy thing is, guys, let me rewind this. I would ask him about his life, his story, about his past relationship. This guy he would tell me stories about people that we know to detail, right? But he won't share with me except the negative part of his past relationship, about so and so on, about so and so on, about his ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. And that is really a big red flag to me, because I want to know you. I don't care about other people's drama. I don't care about who's doing what. I want you to tell me who you are. But he was hiding it by taking me to a nice restaurant and sending me flowers at my house, or my parents sending me a card, putting a note in my car when I'm not there. And I come home and it's like in the park. And sometimes we become blind in relationship because we want to see something good and we don't see the bad in people. I think for me, it was like that thing that was bothering me, I couldn't figure it out. It came to life. I don't know if you guys had ever experienced things like that, but and I just recognized, I was like, okay, this is a no for me. Recognizing in certain things and like, what is it called? Acknowledging your intuition does not lie to you. I always say your intuition is your other you that is like helping you, guiding you. You just don't know what it is, but then you're like, oh my God, I was feeling this way, right? And for me, it was like, I always know, like when I don't feel certain ways, it shows up, And so listen to your intuition. When something is up, believe me, it is off, right? When you feel good, it's good. Like there's nothing that, like your body, your energy is not gonna align if something is good. But letting it go right there and then make a decision. If it's not for you, see ya, and let it go, because having that kind of energy, having that kind of people, you never know. Like you just don't know. Sometimes people just have to have their own journey. They need to grow. They need to learn about themselves, figure out how to heal themselves from being angry and being possessive. And it's to me that that's what I mean. Like my past had helped me to recognize certain things in people that I just don't tolerate, I don't accept it, and I like to just stop right there immediately. It probably sounds really mean, but it's not being mean. It's having a boundary, having like, you know what, I don't accept this, I don't allow this in my life, and therefore I'm just gonna walk away. And that doesn't mean I have any ill feeling for this person. I wish him the best in his life, but if he's just not for me, and I don't vibe that kind of energy in my life. And so if you ever feel like you're in a situation like that, I would highly recommend to have someone in your life to share it with, and they will give you their opinion. And sometimes like that's what we need. My mom always knows when I say I don't know, that means like she knows that I'm not vibing with specific person. And you don't have to make your mind up immediately, but I think it's key to recognize, and also to recognize your feelings about certain situations and relationships, and then recognizing but also knowing when to say enough is enough and completely cut it immediately and walk away. And to me, that has been a very, 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 very successful, helpful thing in my life, letting it go, cutting people off and saying, you know what, I wish you the best, it's just not for me. Yeah, it sounds really cold and insensitive to say that to another human being, but at the end of the day, it's all about you. It's about your happiness. It's about your energy, what you want to attract in your life. If you want a abusive relationship, that's what you're going to attract. If you know how to stop it, that's what you have to do, and say, you know what, this is not for me, and I'm okay with it, saying no. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. All right, you guys. So the lesson here is that to always listen to your intuition, and don't make no excuses for another human being for their behaviors. When you know, and you say peace to you and walk away. And you know, it's really important, and to have that confidence to walk away and say, I'm okay with walking away from this situation, because it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve what I'm trying to have in my life. So I hope you guys love this video. If you do, don't forget to give thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you think this is helpful for someone in your life that you know, share it. And you know, you never know. I'm not here to think that everything I said is going to be helpful to everyone. But if I help one person, and then I feel like God is like, good job, Semret, well done. When we meet again, right? So it's all about sharing. It's all about you know, empowering each other. To me, it's very important to me that I share with you guys that things that help me in my life, so that way someone out there is struggling, they can like look at my story or listen to the story. It could be similar, maybe not, but you never know, it can help someone out there. So share it, leave a comment, like everything that you guys do. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, till next video, take good care of yourself. Be safe. Bye guys.